Okay, so maybe this is the last part? This is Leroy, high noon. So let's get to the bottom of this. Pip. Who's this Pip guy? Hello? Anyone there? Do you still want your newspaper? Hey, anybody there? Hello there. Is Benoit not at home? How should I know? Either way, it's right weird, subscribing to a paper and not collecting it. Whenever I delivered here, he would always at least reply, but recently I haven't seen hide nor hair of him at all. The copies of the Steambird I've left here are already piling up. You know him, do you? Yep, that's right. We're good friends of his. Good friends? Whatever. How about I give you the papers, and you pass them along when you see him? Sure, leave them with us. That's that, then. I did my best to deliver them. Don't you turn around and say I didn't. I've got other things to do. That said, we haven't seen him recently either. You too? Seriously, what's he been busy with recently? Could he have gone back to his old home? I haven't heard anything about that, though. Old home? That's right, his old place over in the Fleuve Sundre. Wait, so that's where he used to live? Wait, you didn't know that he moved here from down there? Are you really his friends? We... Whatever, forget it. No need to explain. I don't care a whit what your relationship is. Just get the newspapers to him and I'll be grateful. Okay, here you go. I'm off. It feels like there's a lot we don't understand about Benoit. Do you think this might have something to do with what we're investigating? It's probably related. The more info, the better. Alright then, next up, let's check around his house a bit. Maybe we'll learn a bit more about him. That said, we can't make too much noise, or we'll alert that couple. You've seen these boxes near Benoit's house before. Judging by the traces left in the layer of dust covering them, they were opened quite recently. Up close, a rank smell of fish and dampness assaults your nostrils. But when you passed before, the boxes hadn't been moved. Where did the smell come from? Ugh, this stinks like a sewer. This stuff didn't smell like this when we came around a few days back. Didn't Benoit say he only used these to store old furniture and stuff? Where'd this horrible stench come from, then? Did some new stuff get dumped here? There's a piece of paper sticking out. Let's take a look. General store receipt. Pliers, saw, candle, rope. This receipt's been torn up. Only half of it is left. Huh? Berkshires Grocery General Store. We've seen that name somewhere, haven't we? It has a slick, oily sensation that you're sure had to have been left by a candle. Who lingered here with a candle in hand, and for what purpose? That box looks completely out of place, and it stinks. I suspect it was brought here from the Fleuve Sundre, meaning that someone from Benoit's family went there recently, and he was from there himself, wasn't he? All the clues we've got have to do with that place. Traveler, we'll probably get more useful information there. Let's go then. Off to the Fleuve Sundre.
People here really need to get more sunlight.
Perhaps I should grill a few more cookies for the children, or perhaps the belly fruit cake from the last time. That was pretty good. What can you tell me about this receipt? A receipt sale of pliers, saws, and candles? Well, now that's a strange question. If you want ingredients for snacks, I've got them aplenty, But these things are difficult to move, darling. I haven't got many in stock. We don't want to buy this stuff, ma'am. We're just asking if someone else came to purchase them from you recently. Oh, let me think. Yes. Yes, I remember some people indeed. It was two youngsters, a man and a woman. They bought the items several days ago. They said they wanted to do some woodwork at home, but needed some tools. Is something the matter? Oh, no, no. We're just doing a socioeconomic survey. A socioeconomic survey, you say? You're here looking for information on them, aren't you? This happens all too often, little one. No need to try so hard to make excuses. The two of them went to Benoit Leroy's old house, if that's what you're asking. Could you tell me anything about Benoit? Ah, so that's what you're here for. Well, that's no surprise. Once you've reached a certain age, your past will catch up to you. It matters not where you move to. Do you know anything about all this, ma'am? Me? Well, I wasn't very close to Benoit. If you'd like to know about his family, you should look for Snodgrass. Go on, then. Snodgrass is a right layabout. You should be able to find him loitering about nearby. Was he right here? Yes, he was right here. Ugh, so boring. I don't want to work. When am I going to get rich? Tell me about Benoit Leroy. Leroy, huh? I've heard that name before. Give me a moment. Right, I got it. Benoit Leroy owned a stall that sold all kind of stuff. Also, who are you, and why are you asking about this kind of stuff? Actually, we hope you'll cooperate with us. Wait. He has done something. Or has he done something wrong? Alright, I got you now. But, I gotta ask real quick. You guys from the Spinetta Rosula or the Mission Gargiage? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. Wow, you're really good at this, traveler. Alright, I get it. I won't ask no more questions. Well, not like he made an honest fortune or anything in it. Fontaine's got a lot of laws. He's probably broken quite a few. Anyway, officer, you've come to the right fella. Let me tell you, I know all about Benoit. Nobody knows him better. There's not much that scoundrel Benoit wouldn't stoop to. Him. I'm old enough to get married, so he should be an old fogey by now, right? Or by now, huh? Anyways, I remember that his daughter, Autumn, was a real beauty. Shame he never let any of us talk to her. Autumn? That's right, Autumn Leroy, his adopted daughter. Just think about it. He was just a fella selling flotsam and jetsam, making a little more here and there. How'd he suddenly get rich enough to make up to the surface to move up to the surface so fast, huh? How else but by using his daughter, of course. Poor pretty little thing. Forced her to marry some rich old coot, he did. And what do you know, that rich old fart kicked the bucket after just a few years, leaving his house to her, and what's hers is Benoit's. All in all, a pretty quick way to win a life up there, if you catch my drift. Tch! Why did he get to be the one to get rich overnight? I mean, what an old bloodsucker, am I right? Wait, did something like that actually happen? Let's press him further. So, officer, was that what you wanted to ask about? I mean, if this stuff's useful to you, you could say that I've contributed to Fontaine's security, eh? And I wouldn't say that the Mason might want to reward a productive, upstanding citizen such as myself. We already knew all of what you just said. Hey there, don't you worry. I've got other stories to tell. This is the Flow Sundre, after all. I mean, how could a fellow lay his head to rest in peace down here without a few other people's secrets in his keeping? Now, Autumn's second husband. Oh yeah, she married right quick, she did. Lived a bit further off, so we didn't hear from her for ages. The next time we heard a peep from her, well, she'd done that. And what's that? Wait, you don't know? Officer, she murdered her second husband. Got hauled off to the fortress of Maripede for her trouble, too. You're investigating Benoit and didn't even know that? You didn't check the documents very carefully, I see. Very disappointing. Sorry, Captain Traveler. This won't happen again. Continue. Alright, I was just getting to that. Now I heard this from someone else myself, but rumor has it that Autumn asked for her father to take the stand at her trial, but he refused. Now, Benoit was unmarried, and she was his only kid. Right, and if I recall, even though she was adopted, her parents were related to him by blood. Either way, since her one and only father didn't take the witness stand at her trial, naturally she didn't have a choice. She was packed straight off to the fortress. Now, as to whether he did it just so he could take the house for himself, or if he had some kind of disagreement with the girl, I'm not going to guess too much. Heh. He usually puts on a friendly show, though, eh? I remember he always used to give out snacks. Who would have guessed that he was so cold-blooded? Huh. You know, officer, you haven't so much as frowned this whole time. Now, I thought I was a cold fish, but are you sure you don't have ice in your veins? It's a matter of professionalism. And ain't that worth respect? Now then, officer, what's the story with Bennett's crimes? How serious are they? No comment. Ha! That bad, huh? Well, what about his house? Will it be confiscated? It is a distinct possibility. Ha! I knew it. Rats might scurry up to the surface, but a rat's still a rat. Thanks, officer, for making my day. I look forward to meeting you all again down here in the Flu Sundre. Heh. This Paimon feels a bit conflicted about this, but I made a really good impression at first. We've only heard one side of the tale from a random person. That's true, but Paimon doesn't think we can keep trusting Benoit like before. Ugh, Paimon hates this feeling. Still, it's a good thing Paimon can always trust you. Anyway, this sure is a lot of food for thought. Paimon feels kind of queasy about it all. Let's get out of the flow of Sundry as quick as we can. Let's go then. Time to get some sun on our skin. Now where am I going? Oh, it's still... Why? I guess it's the path that we have to take or something. Oh wait, I'm not playing my friend's account. Oh look, who I spy here. The Sunstray area just doesn't smell nice. It's not quite like upstairs where the air is the furthest thing from foul. How was it? Did you find fun strolling about the flow of Sundray? I'm sure you had a good time talking to Snodgrass. You were following us? How long have you been tailing us? I have no interest in banding words with children. Even if you were to go home and tattle to your parents, I doubt they'd believe you. A word of advice, sometimes what you see or hear is neither real nor true. When it comes to other people's affairs, don't insist on meddling until after you've got the full picture. By the way, Pip said that our newspapers are in your possession. I'd like you to return them, thank you. You have little choice but to give the newspapers to Athos. He gives you a cold look before swiftly turning and departing. Paimon's got a bad feeling about that guy. Ditto. Just what could he be planning? Ugh, this is so annoying. Feels like we've discovered something, but we can't put the pieces together. And Paimon's kind of confused now. But he's a good person who's in danger, so we should be helping him. That's what's going on, right? Don't be too quick to judge. Really? Will that be okay? Ugh, Paimon's assumptions have been overturned so many times these past few days that she's all out of brain juice. But you sure are calm about all this. If Paimon was a bit on the stupid side, you wouldn't hold it against Paimon, would you? You're not stupid, Paimon. Really? Well, even if you say so, then it's gotta be true. You know, when you think about it like that, Paimon's actually pretty smart. It's just that she didn't grasp the whole situation at first. Yeah, it's gotta be that. Well then, time for Paimon to put her brilliant little brain to work and figure out what we should do next. Have we, accidentally alerted them that we're onto them? If so, maybe we should just observe Bennett's house to see if there's any new developments, right? That's all we can do for now. Alrighty then, let's return later. Alright, so that's going to be the end of that part of the quest line. Alright, so that's going to be it for now, and I'll see you guys later.